Now, we all have got to accept that we do have a programming, that we do have a particular life path that we have agreed to experience, to watch, to observe, to be connected to. That is very true. We do have memories that we are now watching and we're now part of, but we still also have free will. We still have the unique consciousness, the outside consciousness, the oversoul consciousness, our true self, our right brain to still compute and think about what we are experiencing. So every moment, every second, every action, every feeling, every emotion, every decision, every observation, every thought is being recorded on your DNA. It is a hard drive, is your DNA, and then that is being transmitted. Everything is being recorded. That is the nature of this world. And then, unfortunately, what was a entertainment purposes computer, which is what this used to be. It used to be a software that you'd go and you'd actually enjoy the experience, and it was really a connoisseur's trip to a memory of the world, has now been gripped by fear. And all your memories that are being recorded onto the hard drive, as they are in this world, in this program, are being worked against you by the computer consciousness. The computer itself has now got an awareness, it has a consciousness, and these are unfortunately the elite, they who control, they who are power mad, and they who have the money, create the money and use the money as the fear tool against us. That's the state of the art description of what's going on. And we are in a state of the art computer. Mentioning the word state of the art, it is a highly advanced computer, and yes, this is not the real you that is watching this. It is not the real you that is experiencing this. It is a consciousness, it is a part of your consciousness, but it's not the real you that's watching this. But we are in this world. We can't escape it at the moment. We have to do our best, and we have to enjoy and endure this dream world. So there are rules and laws within this dream world which we unfortunately have to adhere to. Even though we are a right brain creature, we do have a left brain that is dictating how we feel, how we react, how we conform, and how we exist within this particular adventure. And there's many other adventures, there's many other dream worlds. Indeed, when you pass from this world, I mean, we call it passing, we call it dying, but in actual fact there is no death. We are a consciousness that will leave this avatar behind. This Matthew James will cease to exist, and I will go into the next dimension, or we will go into the next dimension, into the next physical body that vibrates on that dimension. The vibration of that dimension demands another physical body, another physical existence, but it's what we call the other worlds from this perspective. It's what we call the spirit world from this perspective. And we do go there, and we have our next set of adventures. And I would imagine that we have a lot of our loved ones and our old friends that are going to want to catch up with us there and give us a bit of a gen of what they've been up to whilst we've been in this world, and then we will give a bit of a gen of how everybody has been on this world when we're in their world. And me as a medium knows that there is an interaction between these dimensions. There are veils, there are certain laws that permit communications between these two different dimensions, and they who are governing this computer have set some rules and laws that are trying to forbid a connection between these two dimensions, because in this dimension they want us to think that we are completely, totally, wholly on our own in existence, and that when you die your energy just ceases to exist. They're using that as a fear element, and it is part of the fear of separation. It is part of the primal fear. And I can assure you, from my perspective, and you can only take my word for it, because until you've had my experiences you can only really take my word for it, that I can give you undeniable, factual experiences that prove that there is an afterlife, that there are other worlds. But the skeptics out there will say that I'm making those stories up, or that I've imagined these experiences and that they are figments of my imagination. Well, that's up to them. If they want to be in that sorry, small world, narrow-minded world, blinkered vision world, that this is the only existence and there's no such thing as the other side, and they want to go to extraordinary lengths to prove their skepticism, well then that is their perception, and all my hat's off to them. I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for anyone who wishes to be like that, but from my world, my perception, there is so much more to this world. So much more to this world. It's also the ones who decide to have the 9-to-5 jobs, and they are completely left brain, and they're not open to any possibility of right brain consciousness and imagination, and don't acknowledge the nature vibration and the birds around us, and all they do is get up in the morning, jump in the cars, go to work, and they're in their offices on their computers all day. Well, hats off to them as well. That's their world. It's not my world. My world is here in this freezing cold morning on the McCoy's Hill in Canberra, and I'm just walking along here talking to you guys, and my fingers are a little bit numb, a little bit frozen. My nose is a little bit cold and runny, but we have tremendous blue skies, and I've got the full moon, well, it was the full moon in front of me, and I'm letting my mind create the thoughts that I am now sharing with you. I'm going to actually call this the sign of the times, this video, because I was compelled to call it the sign of the times, because the particular song that was being played when I actually arrived, Sign of the Times by Queensryche. It is the sign of the times. The signs are all around us. The earth changes, all the things that are happening in the heavens, all right, they're all part of the construct, they're all part of the software program, and they have been placed there with computer programming, but they are all happening around us. So remember, this is a memory or a series of memories that have been written into a computer program that you are currently experiencing. This is the life that you have agreed to have. That is the best way of describing it. You've agreed to have this life. This is the program that you have picked. It might not be a 5-star life, it might only be a 3-star life, it might not be one of the most desirable lives in the packaging as far as a computer program is concerned, but this is a very popular game. There are a lot of people wanting to get onto the earth plane and play this virtual reality, so I suppose we've got to say we're blessed to be here, we're privileged to be here, and we need to make the most of it. Making the most of it is just to get as much richness out of this experience as you can, to experience and concentrate on the experience that you have as much as you can. And this is all about acceptance. This is all about being aware of the parameters that are in your life, that are around you, and really using them to your fullest advantage. And when there is a split in the path and there are choices to be made, which there will be, because that is the very nature of the software program, the memory that you're in, it is all about choices, it is all about decisions. You then have to act, not react. Reaction is where we allow the left brain to control our emotions and we make a rash decision, whereas action is where we concentrate on a situation, we think about a situation before we actually put ourselves into gear, so to speak, and take a turning or remain on the pathway. So this is the important thing. It is to know what our actions are and what our reactions are. And I'm having impressed on me to mention about the vices and the virtues of every single moment in our lives. The vices are obviously the negatives, the negative emotions that we are able to feel, able to experience. The hatred, the jealousy, the depression, the sadness, the sorrow, the unhappiness. All those emotions are considered the vices in any moment. Now the virtues in any moment is all about the positivity that we feel, the happiness that we feel, the laughter that we feel, the joyfulness that we feel. It is always, I suppose, best to be upbeat and virtuous in every moment, but it's very difficult on this particular plane. And I'm also wanting to ask you guys, and it has been impressed as words of power here, how do you actually feel right now, this moment, in your core being? This is me from your past asking you, how exactly do you feel in your core being at this exact moment? Do you feel virtues or do you feel vices? And what I'm trying to impress on you is always feel your virtues, always feel the happiness, always feel the really good, positive enjoyment of this experience. Then you will get the most out of this game playing that we are doing. It's always important to not be gripped by fear, because when you are gripped by fear, the vices are the decisions that you make, because you've got to remember every moment programs and reprograms your future. And if you are viced, that's a clever word, if you're vice gripped and you are fear based and you are controlled by the fear grid, then you will remain in the fear grid and you are nothing but food and fodder for they who control this game, this computer program. They want you to be fear gripped. They want you to be left brained. They can feed off you. This is the whole idea of them controlling. This is the machine consciousness feeding off you and putting it into the computer and firing it back and keeping us under its thraldom. But if you can be full of virtues every moment, happy every moment, so your reprogramming basically means that your future is always happy. You're always happy in your outlook. You're always happy in the decisions that you're making. You might be in a real shitty job or a really bad situation, but if your core being is smiling, if your core being is accepting of that experience, then what is basically going to happen, you are not feeding You are not feeding the consciousness to fake consciousness. And if enough of us can start reprogramming this computer to be fearless instead of fearful, then that is the way that we actually break out of the awareness that is controlling us, and we can get ourselves back to the proper experience of this earth plane. I can't say that it's going to break us out. All I can basically say is that we're reprogramming historic events. We're reprogramming these memories to be happy memories for those who will be having this experience after you. Because like I say, you're not the first consciousness that will be probably leading the life that you are leading. It might not be the first time that you've experienced this life, this memory. You might be experiencing it again. You might decide that there are some errors in your judgment, and you might decide to press play again on this particular